Awesome. The show was fantastic. I finished watching it last night. That 10th episode, it really gets to you. Going through these episodes, how do you prepare to get to an episode like number 10 that is both funny and very like emotional?
Man, so I mean, so for me, I'm assuming that you're talking about the dream and all of that. It's kind of crazy. It didn't require a lot of preparation. That's the themes that are going on in that episode, without giving too much away, are things that I've struggled with so much in my life, about my identity and who I am, where I exist. I mean, not only just in this country, but like in the world. Like, am I Cuban? Am I American? Am I Cuban American? It's the same kind of things that George has struggled with. And so that was really just a matter of opening myself up to what was being said to me, and just living in that moment, because I could really connect to it, because it's something that I feel like we all struggle with. Any child of immigrants, I feel like we struggle with that sense of identity. And that was just something that yeah, no preparation required. Just I had to let myself feel it.
Hi, Jesus. Thank you so much for being with us, friend. For me, it's very, I don't know, like emotional, just like to say that I remember we shot like 2 or 3 months in a beautiful mansion and with like fancy clothes. And the very last day, we had to shot that last scene. And it was very dramatic, you know, even the people, like the crew, they were like, something happened, something changed. Like, oh, what happened to the family? What happened to the Garcias? And it's sad because yeah, that's the way Hollywood sees Latinos. That's the way the writers have write for us, and that's why it's very important to tell our community. It's the time to write our stories, to tell our stories, because if we don't feel represented, if we don't feel proud of ourselves, nobody's gonna say it or do it for us. So it's time to change it. It's time to change the narrative, the stereotypes, and to say we are just beautiful human beings. We are family. This is not a Latino show. This is a family show. Anyone can relate. Anyone has parents, has siblings, cousins, nephews, nieces. So I think it's gonna be beautiful just to represent a beautiful family that has fights and problems, but no matter what, we celebrate the love, the kindness, the support. And if we can represent the best of us, we're gonna win as a community. So I believe in embracing and celebrating our difference, because that's gonna make our world different and unique. So if you are there and you're looking through the Garcias, and if you sound like me or look like George, or you have this conversation like, am I American and I'm Mexican? We are just human beings, and we have to celebrate that. And if you have your family, that's a blessing. So let's celebrate that. Todo para la familia, like the Garcias.
Definitely. Nitzia, your character speaks Spanish through a lot of this. How did you feel having to do that mixture, going back and forth between English and Spanish?
Well, that was beautiful. When I got the audition, I was just praying like, this is like I don't know, like the biggest blessing, you know, like, am I going to go to live in Mexico, like in my country? Am I going to be able to speak my language? No, that's like too much. And I'm going to be on HBO Max, like that's a dream. So imagine, like, that was fantastic, because finally I get the chance to represent a Latina in a different way. I'm really proud to bring this character that shows a different way to a woman, because I always get called for a very specific characters. And I don't want to say like, oh, those are bad or these are good. I'm just going to say, let the people be people. So I was very happy to be able to represent this lady who's going to remind you your culture, your language, the way you act with your kids. She's the one who's going to throw the chancla at some point, and it's going to say like, no, a ver, aquí somos mexicanos y se habla español. So it's beautiful just to embrace the both worlds, the Mexican Americans, and the diversity and the inclusion, not only Latinos. We have a Korean character, And we were learning, like in the table, like, oh, how do you say thank you? How do you say buen provecho? And this and that. So it's just beautiful to portray a family and to understand that we're different, but we celebrate that. And it's a blessing to be able to be a Mexican in the show and in real life, and that they allow me to bring my uniqueness. Like, okay, you can use your accent. Don't do anything. Don't exaggerate. Like, oh, yes, I'm from Mexico and I don't know how to speak. It was just me being me and like showing that it's normal to have an accent because we're bringing the best of our worlds, and that's okay.
Definitely. And thank you both for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, amigo.